Hello everybody, it's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery and author of Diamonds in the Sky. Becca, why are you always half naked? Becca, why are you in the same suit you're always in? Because I'm usually out here making content or thinking about things and answering questions while I'm laying out here in the summer, enjoying hanging out with my dogs. So just like deal with it. Try to focus on the topic at hand and also ignore my zit. So anyways, I got a question today about like what's the best way to handle like savage competition, like when competition is just being terrible, they're stealing signs or they're targeting my customers, and you know they're doing all sorts of stuff that's shady, like going around to yards that have my sign in them and like telling the customers either lies about we're criminals or crooks, or they're saying, well, we'll eat your deductible, or we'll blah blah blah. And so I'm actually just gonna freestyle this. I haven't thought about it totally deeply, but I'm gonna start from the beginning for what first comes to mind. So the first thing that comes to mind is you have to, every second that you get to spend with each of your customers, even if you've only just knocked their door, is super valuable. And it is up to you to make sure that the interaction that you're having with your customer from the very beginning is building trust, giving them a good vibe, and you're not rushing through anything, seeming desperate, seeming slimy. Don't be saying, we can get your free roof. Like, that doesn't sound very good. So remember that, like, the first thing is you want your customer to have a super comfortable interaction with you from the get-go. Because if you can do that, then the person that comes up and is trying to be slimy and trying to steal your sign or whatever doesn't look very good. So if you have already made a really good impression on your customer and you've come across friendly, trustworthy, professional, cool, they like you, you've got a rapport, then you already should have a leg up on any douchebag that's going to come and knock on your door and be like, yeah, well, we'll eat your deductible, or we'll do it for less, or whatever it is that they're saying, okay? The second thing is, you can address it with your customers and be like, Mrs. Jones, just so you know, like, these are big opportunities for roofing contractors, right? Like when hailstorms come through, this is how we really make our money and support our families. And so there's a lot of competition, and we're a pretty big, well-known roofing company, and there's a lot of contractors that are kind of jealous of the reach that we have, because we do have a really solid team out here and we take care of a lot of people. And so every now and again, I'm just going to warn you, you might have another roofing contractor that comes, and because they see a sign in the yard, they go and they try to step on other people's toes, or say that they're going to eat deductibles, or other felonious, illegal, tactics to try to take jobs. I'm just going to give you a heads up. Like, I'm really sorry if that does happen, and I hope it's not a reflection of the industry. There are a lot of unsavory contractors out there, but if you have any trouble with anybody else, like, here's my card, please call me. And Mrs. Jones, the other thing that a lot of contractors are doing, and I just want to let you know and give you a heads up, is with the deductible stuff. Like, there's a lot of contractors out here that are just scraping to try to get work, and the way they try to do that is tempt customers by saying, well, we'll eat your deductible. Are you familiar with what that means? Give the customer a chance to try to answer and be like, so here's the problem with it. What that really means is they're saying they're not going to charge you their deductible, but they're not paying your insurance company the amount. So let's say it's $1,000, right? Well, the insurance company is saying, we'll pay up to whatever they say your roof cost. Let's just say it's 10 grand to make this a really easy example, and maybe your deductible is $1,000. Well, in order for them to eat your deductible, what they're actually doing is lying to your insurance company, because they're charging you $9,000. They're telling your insurance company that they charged 10, so that the insurance company releases the full funds, and that is a felony. And I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that, Mrs. Jones, of course. I'm just giving you a heads up, because there's a lot of guys out here that are doing that, and it can put you in a really bad position legally. So if somebody does come and says that to you, like, just take a note of what their company name is, and you can call me and let me know. But I'm just kind of letting people know, like, stay away from those kind of contractors. So approach it from a very calm, not defensive, very professional and educational standpoint, and people will be like, oh, okay. And when you get a chance, again, I know you guys, again, shameless sales plug here, but if you're using my sales presentation word for word, the way that we discuss depreciation and deductibles you'll have customers call you and be like, oh my gosh, you'll never believe it. Just like you said, there's, one of my neighbors found a contractor that said they're going to eat the deductible and blah, blah, blah. So if you do such a good job explaining depreciation, and again, I'm going to toot my own horn here, but the way that I've put it in the sales pitch is like so flawless and bulletproof that it just works really, really well. If you haven't found it, you can check it out at the Advanced Sales and Supplement Training Program. That's where I've got like all my like super hardcore gold nugget sales training there. But that's really how I would, approach it. And what you guys have to understand, and you don't need to say this to your customers, but it's like guys that are going around trying to steal your jobs are kind of pathetic. Like there's enough roofs out here for everybody. And those guys think that, their sales skills are so crappy that the only way they can get jobs is to pick some. Unfortunately, I just got cut off there. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode and then my phone rang. I was like, no, I've just recorded 5.5 minutes. But just remember that, the guys that are out there trying to steal other people's jobs, the only way that they feel that they can get business is by finding customers who have already said yes to somebody and then trying to go in and cut other people down. One of my favorite quotes is by Zig Ziglar, and he says, do not be intimidated by criticism. The only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. So just understand, like those are guys that are going behind your back and just trying to steal your jobs. Like they're compensating for very inadequate sales skills, because most people who are worth their salt are not going to do that. So anyways, I hope that makes sense for you guys here today and helps you a little bit. But as always, I've got way more in-depth training. There's actually a lesson in the Advanced Sales and Supplement Training Program called Dealing with Savage Competition. And I go more into detail on like how to deal with environments like that where you're working. So as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can check out roofsalesmastery.com to enroll in my programs. I love you guys. You're doing great. I'll catch you later. Bye.